Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it is February 23rd of 2022, and it is almost 3 p.m. We're supposed to get, I don't think we have yet, I haven't looked outside. We're supposed to get some ice. And people down here are not, not used to it. I've talked about this before. I'm using my Avery Media USB cell phone, which is a 4K. Did I say cell phone? I mean camera. And the microphone being used is the Elgato Wave 3. I just did a short little test to make sure that I was getting video and audio, and I am. This is going to be a little bit different, this video. I don't think I've made a video in the last few days. Longer than normal. I've gone longer than normal, I think, without making a video. One, I've had some problems back that I've been working on, sometimes making things worse than before. And the other thing, you may have noticed a couple of videos that I made just recently were a fan of my YouTube site, and I think already a friend. Anyway, he volunteered to help me make my videos better, and I should have brought up which ones they were, but well, anyway, I'm doing this kind of differently, just using the camera and microphone here, and not using OBS or any of those other programs. Anyway, in order for him to, and I think he's going to do a great job, he's volunteering. And, but anyway, so we were talking about, different things for quite a while, and he's not local. But we were talking about things, hardware, and that type of stuff. I signed him up so that he has access, so he can go in and just do about whatever he wants to do with my site. I trust him, and so anyway, we're talking about hardware, software, things like that. And there was some items that I have that I'm not using that he was interested in. And I mentioned to him that, I think I'd like to start switching over to Apple, maybe, or just, a little bit. Maybe eventually go totally Apple, down the road a piece or whatever. And he mentioned that he had an old Apple Mac, which is a laptop. And he didn't tell me the model number of it. I mean, he didn't tell me it just he had an old one. If you watch the video here that he made, I was discussing this and saying that I had a friend that was, going to send me his old, because he had brand new, his company gave him, the latest M1 and all that type of stuff. And so in this video that I made that he edited, and pretty funny, I'll put the link to below when the link below. I'll put the link below to that video underneath this video. And in the video that I don't want to, I'm not going to spoil it. Anyway, I mentioned in there that maybe I would start, using the when I got it from him, that I would start. By the way, did I mention I'm sending him some stuff that that I haven't used and that I have surplus of and stuff. Anyway, I mentioned that. Well, I guess I am going to spoil the video a little bit that he made, because I mentioned in the video.
Here's your reminder. It's medication time to take your medicine.
Oops, wrong one. I got to get the new one here in a little while. There's no rush.
Here's your reminder. It's medication time to take your medicine.
He, in the video that he made, I'm saying in the video. See, I already made the video, and then he edited it, and I said, when I get that, I'm gonna mess with iMovie, and I mentioned, I forget what I mentioned, in the video, but it worked out great the way he did it. There's a place for on the screen, on the what you're seeing down there, where he can type in comments. And when I said something, like I was going to use such and such, and I think that it would work okay, and I can't remember what he typed in, like, I don't think it will, and then he typed in some other stuff. So, what is funny is just a few minutes ago that he shipped it, just now. His 2012 MacBook Pro. And okay, I forgot what I was going to. Anyway, he shipped it, and I haven't been able to ship the things that I'm sending to him. I've mentioned that, I think, in that video. Maybe not, because I haven't done much in the last few days. Over a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I ordered from the U.S. Post Office. They have packets for free, of boxes that you can get. In the past, when my ex-wife she was, but most of her stuff was like rings and stuff and other stuff that she could put in just an envelope, a post office padded envelope and everything. But some of the things that I've in the past sold on, I want to say YouTube. No, it's not YouTube. It's not Facebook. eBay finally came to me. I would use the boxes where sturdy boxes, and I would pack it great, and people would leave me comments, the ratings and things. Wow, how fast I got it out, and because it'd be almost immediate, and all that, and how everything was packed so neat and strong and all that, My ex-wife, when she sent stuff out, when she sold something, a ring or that Carnival glass, all that stuff that she went through selling. She was so frugal, that she didn't want to do any extra padding, just what she needed to do, and that was, So anyway, I got great reviews and everything on eBay. But anyway, I ordered in that's free. The post office will send you their boxes, so you can use their boxes. And I would use the prepaid boxes and everything. And anyway, about 2 weeks ago, I ordered in some from the post office, and wow, has their service apparently gone to hell. I think it's because of the new, or the not new, but the postmaster we recently got. So I thought, well, they'll be here, they'll be here quick, those boxes, so I could use them. Didn't get here. It was over a week, and no tracking or anything. So I went back to the post office site, and I saw, okay, you can get the boxes, but they'll send them to your priority, and they will do the tracking, and the 5 boxes, different sizes, the big. I mean, I need the big one, and then I'm probably gonna need the others too to send him some more stuff. But $12.50 is what they wanted, and I thought, okay, I'll pay $12.50. And all that stuff's free, but if you want it shipped to you priority, so I ordered it. It's been, I think, about a week, but I did get tracking. But it's taking a hell of a, and then, well, it was supposed to be here, which I knew wasn't going to happen because it was coming from California, but the other day they said all day long, the thing said all day long, it'll be delivered today, these boxes. And there was the tracking information, but the last thing was, California. And they were saying it'll be, you'll have it today by 9 p.m. So that was yesterday, I think. And at 9 p.m., of course I knew it was messed up. At 9 p.m., about 9:09 or something, I checked, and it said, okay, it's going to be the 26th. Today's the 23rd, by the way. It said it'd be on the 26th by, so. Looks like I'll be getting this Apple laptop before my friend gets his stuff that I'm sending to him. What's interesting, he didn't tell me anything about this thing, just that it was an Apple Mac Pro. I don't think he even said Pro, just Apple Mac. I mean, when we discussed the thing. And he formatted and updated the everything. And sent it today. But when he first said, he was going to send me, and I told him what I was going to send him. Some stuff, I didn't even tell him I was going to send him. I'm just going to put it in the box. Part of it's going to be how much I can get in the box, although there's some other size boxes, But he's getting a good deal. And he didn't seem to think, if you watch that video where he puts in the humor, because his company had but they had given him the latest Apple, whatever. So with him, I think his opinion of this, his older, that he had. But what's interesting, back when, that's a couple of weeks ago or whatever, I did do a search for MacBook. Well, I didn't do Pro. I just did a search for MacBook because I didn't even know the year. And the year now is, it's a 2012. What he sent to me is he said mid-2012 MacBook Pro. So now, I just a few minutes ago, I decided I'm going to look it up so I have an idea, and then I'm going to on YouTube look it up on YouTube, and see what people say about it, and see if somebody makes recommendations like, you should get a docking station, which I have at least 2 docking stations here already. Not because of that, not because of this thing, but because I buy stuff to play around with, and I enjoy. Unless things go bad, I mean, I enjoy playing around with stuff like this. But it's kind of frustrating if things, don't. I just carelessly we had 2 identical toner printers here for years. The ex-wife used one for her, which she stopped doing. She's not selling stuff on eBay anymore. And I very rarely buy something off of eBay, but I did sell. I very rarely it would be stuff that, and I would sell it. It'd be cameras, ham radios. Well, I take that back. I did sell quite a bit of stuff because I forgot about Amazon when I was doing the reviews, and people on Amazon companies were sending me stuff, a lot of stuff. Now most of the small stuff and everything I just gave away to people that live here in the apartment complex with me. Fairly recently I gave away to a new family moved in upstairs, and I think the boy's about 10, and I think his sister's about 5. But they live up, the upstairs apartment, and there was 2 small bicycles, out there, in a scooter, not a motor, like a scooter I used to have, like when I was a kid. And something else was out there. And they were just outside our door, the way it works out. Their stairs come right, and it's, outside stairs. And I mentioned to the boy, well, somebody's going to, and seemed like a really smart kid and really courteous and everything. I said, somebody's going to steal that. I said, I've got I gave him a computer, by the way. And everything to go with it, keyboard, mouse, everything. So it was like a week later or something like that, and I was looking at it. The cats, one of my daughter, she lives in the apartment building behind us, but lives upstairs. And there's a patio, so from our patio I can look out and see, her cat when it comes out onto the patio, and I can see her out there, smoking or whatever, whatever. But I wasn't out on the patio because I didn't have any pants on. Long story. If you watch my videos, you know. And I saw somebody coming, and they were coming along the fence inside, over here, and coming, and when they passed her building, we're right next to a fence, and over there on the other side of the fence is a place that it's one of these deals, low cost for people who are a certain age or have disabilities or something. But on this side of the fence, I saw somebody coming, along with, I can't remember, I don't think the person had a hoodie. Maybe so. Anyway, and I immediately thought, that person's going to come and steal that kid's bike or something. I didn't have any pants on. I didn't want to step outside. And then sure enough, immediately I saw the person, I could hear a little gravel or something rather, and then the person running back, and I with the bicycle. No, I guess the way they were dressed, and I guess I really couldn't, but I could tell, okay, this, yeah, I knew what was happening. The person went down just behind the apartment that my daughter is in, and like I said, there's a big wooden fence that runs all along here, and threw a bike over, and then tried to go over the fence, and couldn't make it, so it was kicking the fence. So then I went out and I went up and told the guy upstairs that somebody just stole your son's bicycle down there, and then I made my way down the stairs. Luckily, I could make it up the stairs. It's only one floor, but and anyway, then I heard the little boy and his sister outside. And I put pants on. I put pants on before I went upstairs. I hope. Oh God. And then I heard the boy out there, so I went out there and I said, "Somebody took your bicycle." And he says, "No, that's my sister's bicycle." I think there were 2 bikes and something else. And the girl, the little girl, she didn't cry or anything, but she was like sad. "Oh, he took my bike," or somebody took my bike, And then I said to the boy, I said, "Do you have a computer?" And he said, "Well, I have one at school, but I don't have one here." And I said, "Well, I've got a computer and everything, and I'll go, give me a little bit, and I'll bring it down. You can have it for free." And they waited. I could hear my daughter talking, and so it was a Chromebox, and I mean a good one. I mean it, and mouse, everything, and monitor. I'm not sure I think he said he did. Yeah, he didn't need a monitor. After I said, "Well, you ought to take it," and he said, and I guess he has a television. Yeah, that's what it came out. He had a television set, and he has a game box or something, and it hooks into the television set, and he can hook a monitor. He can hook it, and he can use it So anyway, he didn't want that. But I also grabbed one of the Amazon tablets. I forget which one, but one of the, not the smallest, and I don't think the biggest one. I think I kept that one for myself. But anyway, I took it out, and it was really cute because I wondered what, I was giving him this, and the girl's bike was the one that was missing, and so anyway, he was going through. Oh, then he said, "Well, the computer I have at school, that I can't bring home,
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Oh,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Let's see. Computer, volume 0. We have these Amazon devices. Uh-oh. But they're okay. My son, he knows all about these Amazon devices and what the thing he does stuff, But my ex-wife's the Amazon device in there. It's Echo is the command line or whatever, and I used Alexa. And when I got one for my son, he was using the other word. And then for some reason he decided to change it to um, Alexa. And then, of course, he was setting up all these things for him and for us. He helped me several times with how to get something working, like we just heard, I think, the medicine thing. Before I had just a timer, an alarm set for it. But I didn't know how to make it say. And he said, oh, and he showed me. So anyway, but anyway, he changed his thing. So then he would be in there messing with his thing, and I would get sometimes the answers back from what he was saying. And as you can, sometimes in the middle of a thing. So I just changed my command, or whatever it is, to computer. And I can see with me, and I knew that when I did it, when I changed it, that it was going to be a problem, because think how many times I use the word computer. Oh, I can still hear it, but barely, with the volume of 0. Anyway, the kid was out there, and I gave him this stuff, and the Amazon computer off. The going to be more of a problem than I thought. Anyway, I had given the boy also the Amazon tablet, and he said, I'm going to give this to my sister, because they took her bicycle, and he gave that to her. That was really nice of him, for however old he is, 9 or 8, or I don't know how old. I don't know what his father did, but the next day or whatever, the kid's bicycle was back. Now, I'd mentioned, to the father that, hey, they threw or the person threw the thing over and then went over. And I mentioned, maybe it's there, but I have some difficulty getting around. And I sure can't make it over a fence. And I thought, well, surely they should check with the people that run this, because everything is fenced in. Anyway, I guess the father went, I'm not sure if he just went over and found the bicycle, or if he talked to, I think the story, I heard a little bit. I think what he did is talked to somebody over there, and somebody said they saw the bicycle out there, and so I bet they took it inside to the lobby area, and then so he got the bicycle back. Okay, now back to the subject. God, I hope this thing doesn't mess up. I hate doing something over again. Okay, when I talked to this guy before, and I had no information, and he just said he had a MacBook. Didn't even mention Pro. So I just now did a search for MacBook Pro, and I know it's because then that it was a 2012 now, today, a few hours ago, an hour ago. And this is the exact video that I looked at when which was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And I'll put a link to below. It'll be a link to the one where the guy did some editing for me. That was almost his first. That wasn't his first, but but I'll put a link to this also, and maybe some others that I find, because I did a search for MacBook Pro 2012, and 2 weeks ago when I was just guessing, I had several people left comments like that hopefully you'll get something before, something after 2015, because the stuff before may not, be really good for you. Now, I know that this is a 2012 I'm getting, but back then I didn't know that. I just did a search for MacBook Pro, and this video popped up, and I'll put a link to it below. And the title is the 2012 Unibody MacBook Pro still the king in 2020? And it's a 12-minute video. And I watched it, and I thought, wow, I'd watched it before. Now, I don't remember, Uh, now, here's somebody left a comment. I'm still using a 2012 13-inch, and I love it. Maxed the RAM and added SSD. And here's somebody, the next one is, I bought my first MacBook back in 2012, this one, upgraded RAM, SSD a few years ago, and I'm still using it. Battery's still working. And so I'm going to, because I think I watched this guy's video, and I think the next one that doesn't show on the right here, I don't believe, but there's several of these where they're talking about the MacBook Pro 2012. So I'm going to upload this that I've just made to, so you'll be seeing, I think, pretty much what I'm going to get. And what is today? I can't ask my, today's the 23rd. And it is Wednesday the 23rd. So, I don't know, I might get that MacBook Pro 25th, 26th, not the 27th, that's a Sunday. So I'll probably have it in a few days. So, but what I'm going to be doing today is snacking here. I'm taking my medicine and looking. I watched this guy's video, and I was really impressed with his, video. And then I ended up, I think, watching a couple more of his videos. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'll start looking at, I think, maybe just wait. But I'm thinking that I may be using Apple's iMovie software and maybe some of their other software. So we'll see what happens. Thank you very much for watching. Please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe. There's a link where you can, which nobody uses. There's a link where you can use, and if you purchase something, if you use that link, it takes you to Amazon. And then once you're there, after using the link, if you purchase something, and it doesn't cost you anything, if you purchase something, I will get a small commission. And back, generally, nothing. Then there was a year or so, maybe 2 years, in there where there was some times that I got $70 a month in because people were buying things. But then for some reason it's gone to almost nobody clicking on anything. And I'm not sure if it's the economy. I just think people just don't think about usually clicking on those things unless you're clicking and you know you go there and oh okay and you buy something. But in general, it's not, and that's not new. Before there was a YouTube, before there was an Amazon, before when I was before I was using WordPress, when I was using, oh my God, all these things. I was live streaming, you know. I started out using, the first computer was a Radio Shack Model 1, and it had 4K of memory. That's all you could get at first. And then I upgraded it to, let's see, what was it? A very small amount of, when it would come on and power up, it would show how much memory it had. What was it, 48K? Because the first one had 4K, you know. And then I added memory and got it, and that was as high as you could go, And anyway, I got sidetracked. I don't know how I went from clicking on something to this, but thank you very much for watching and putting up with me.